Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to my Inbox 12 video where I show some of the vinyl I've bought over the past month or two or even three. Some of these things I bought a couple of months ago, never showed them in the previous videos. So normally when I do this I show the new material first, then the second hand, and then at the end the pound purchases. But I'm going to do it differently this time. I'm going to start off with the three albums that cost £1. In fact, they didn't cost anything because my record shop owner Johnny decided to just take them. And these are all blind because I'd never heard any of these albums. In fact, I'd never heard of this duo before, Seals and Crofts, and this is Sudan Village. I only got this yesterday and I actually quite like this. Looking at the photograph, that this guy here, Crofts I think you call him, it rang a bell. I've seen him somewhere before, and then I realised that on YouTube he actually introduces in 1973 Marc Bolan and T-Rex doing Get It On, and that's where I've seen him. Now I didn't even know they had a hit single over here, which was Summer Breeze, and I played that last night and it's actually quite good. This is not bad. It's a live album. It's okay, and it's well worth the £1, or in my case well worth the nothing. Another £1 is this, and I played this last night, and this is Gladys Knight and the Pips, Pipe Dreams. This is I believe an original soundtrack to the film. Know nothing about it. It says includes the hit So Sad the Song. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I thought it was a great little album. It was quite short, but yeah, I don't have any Gladys Knight at all, and this is the first record to get into my collection. I may look out for some more if they are quite cheap. Cheapness is the word. Okay, I know some of her stuff, like I think she did The Way We Were and obviously License to Kill, but really I know very little. Oh, she did Midnight Train to Georgia, didn't she, as well? I'm not sure, so I need to look more into Gladys Knight and Pips. And this guy here, which I bought, Gary U.S. Bonds, and this is Standing in the Line of Fire. Now the only thing I knew about him was he was an old rock and roller, even back in 1982, he was from the 60s, and he had a connection with Bruce Springsteen. I've since known that his three 80s albums, two of them are more or less written by Bruce Springsteen. This is the one that's not, but it is actually quite a good listen. It's a bit dated, but I will definitely be looking for the other albums. I enjoyed this. The song Wild Nights I thought was great, as is Dance, Take a Chance, Sneaking Away. They're very good songs, really enjoyed it. So that's all I knew about Gary U.S. Bonds. I saw it for £1 and it's in great shape as well. Okay, some of the second hand, which were still relatively cheap, and this is only about £2 or £3, and this is the Everly Brothers, Pass the Chicken and Listen, and this is one of their 70s country albums, and it is real country, but it's a good album. I do like the Everly Brothers, especially obviously, you know, their late 50s early 60s material. I also quite like the 80s material, although the sound is again a bit dated. But there's something about those three albums. That the first one was Everly Brothers, or EB84 I think it was called in America, with Jeff Lynne, Paul McCartney contributing. They're very good. But yeah, this is not bad. I enjoyed it, and I think it was worth the £2 I paid for it. This is China Crisis, and this is Difficult Shapes and Passive Rhythms. Some people think it's fun to entertain. What a title. I bought this about 3 months ago. I still haven't played it yet, so I don't know what it's like. I bought it because of the song Christian, which I do know when I have the single, so I'm assuming the album would be a similar type, and I do know the song African and White. But that's it. This is from 1982. I do have that other one that they had with what's his name on it, the follow up to this, one with Wishful Thinking on it, and that's not a bad album. So yeah, China Crisis, Difficult Shapes, etc. And at the same time I bought another one. I think they were both £4 each. I'm not too sure when this is. I think this is one of their later 80s albums, and it's called What Price Paradise. I still haven't played this yet, so I will make an effort to spin these two albums pretty soon. This I've been looking out for, and I bought it on Discogs, and it was about £12, and it's worth it. And I didn't know this album existed until I saw Cracking Vinyl, Graham Watson show it. God knows when it was. It could have been about 3 years ago, I don't know, but I saw it, and I had the single off this, and I thought I would love to hear this album. And this is Monsoon, and the title of this is Third Eye, and I think this is brilliant. It's Indian music. It's just like George Harrison's Love You Too and the Inner Light type, but with a female girl singing. I don't know her name. The hit single off this is Ever So Lonely, but surprisingly enough they do a version of Tomorrow Never Knows. I thought they would have had a go at one of the George Harrison ones, but they took the John Lennon one, and it's really, really good. I played this last night. It's only recently arrived, and this is a really, really good album, and this will be played quite often. So well worth it. I think this is the only album they ever released, and was actually released after they'd split up. Okay, this was bought a while back as well, and this is Two Rooms, which is celebrating the songs of Elton John and Bernie Taupin. I had this on CD and I saw it in vinyl. It was only a fiver. I thought, yep, I'm going for that. It's got Kate Bush doing her rather good version of Rocket Man. Eric Clapton does Border Song. The Who does Saturday Night's Alright for Fighting. Rod Stewart, Your Song. Beach Boys do Crocodile Rock. Double album. It's a good album. You know, so I thought, well, add it to the Elton John collection, even though it's not really Elton John. So glad to pick that up. Now I bought this number 10 Upping Street by Big Audio Dynamite. Now I've never been a fan of Big Audio Dynamite, but I'm a fan of The Clash. And whenever their first album came out with E equals MC squared on it, and I thought this is going to be rubbish, and I never picked it up. I didn't like it. And I saw this going cheap, and I looked at the songwriting credits to see who Mick Jones was writing with at the time, or if it was just himself. I was surprised to see that about 6 of these songs are co-written with Joe Strummer of The Clash. I thought, I'm going to pick this up because I would like to hear what they're like. I had an idea it would be like an extension of Combat Rock, and that's the way that Mick Jones wanted the band to go, and I knew they were quite funky as well, and quite dubby is probably a better description. But yeah, this is actually not bad. It's good, and it's good to hear that him and Joe were working together, because I thought there was bad blood between them, excuse the pun, but anyway. But obviously not, if they collaborated on the majority of the album. So this is number 10 Upping Street, which is a play on number 10 Downing Street, obviously. Okay, on to the new vinyl, and I did a series of Nick Lowe videos a while back, and for the Brinsley Schwarz video I showed a CD of an album that could have been their last album that I actually got from Ian Gom himself. Well, I noticed that a vinyl had been pressed quite recently. I thought I'm going to have to add it, and it's called It's All Over Now, and this is the one with the original version of Cruel to Be Kind on it. We Can Mess Around, which was then reworked for the Abominable Showman album, and As Lovers Do, which was given to Dave Edmunds for use as a B-side of Here Comes the Weekend, and also Crawling from the Wreckage, and another of the great songs over it. And this is Give Me Back My Love, fantastic song. This is a good album. I'm just pleased to have it on vinyl. This is one of these new budget albums. I think it's like the Hallmark equivalent, but of the 21st century, but they're not that cheap. They're dear enough. I saw this and I thought I wouldn't mind this because it's like Greatest Hits, and it's Texas and Say What You Want, the collection. This is a good album, and that cover, she looks gorgeous in that, Charlene Spiteri. It's got the big hits like I Don't Wanna Love Her, Say What You Want, Summer Sun, Black Eyed Boy, although it's a live version. It's a pity, but it's live. In Our Lifetime, Put Your Arms Around Me, So-Called Friend. The only song that's missing off this is, what's it called? I can't remember the name of it. It's from one of their later albums, just after their massive success. Is it? No, I can't remember. I'll put it in the link below. But funny enough, I looked that up as well. It's just gone from my mind. But this is a really strong album, but it's not that cheap, and it's very basic. It's only a white inner sleeve, although give them their credit, it's polylined. Another new one I bought is from Joy Division 2 New Order Total. It's a double album. The first disc is great because it's side 1 Joy Division, who I've been playing a lot of lately. Side 2 is the good New Order stuff like Blue Monday, Temptation and Ceremony. Side 3 starts off okay with Thieves Like Us, but then I think they get very dancey, and that really puts me off. So the first disc in this is really good, and the rest of it is not bad. The only thing is it's missing Confusion, which I would have liked to have been included, but still a decent album, the best of Joy Division and New Order. Another Fleetwood Mac new one, and I bought Kiln House, and Peter Green had left, and so the songwriting fell to Jeremy Spencer and Danny Kirwan. And this is a very unfocused album. It's all over the place. There's little bits of blues, there's little bits of pop, there's little bits of actually rockabilly in it. Fleetwood Mac doing rockabilly, but it's still a good album. It's a good listen. Station Man's probably the highlight of this. Buddy's song's not bad, and I love that cover, and that cover was actually drawn by Christine McVie. She wasn't yet in the band, but it's a beautiful cover. So that's Kiln House by Fleetwood Mac. Okay, 3 more, and the last one is very special. I showed Last of the Independents by the Pretenders on my last inbox video, and I saw this, and this is one of my favourite Pretenders albums, Viva El Amor, and this is brilliant. This is really brilliant. It's got the fantastic single Human on it, and Pop Star. Nails in the Road, From the Heart Down, One More Time is absolutely awesome. This is from 1999, and obviously it's a recent reissue. It's not an original. I don't think it was ever released on vinyl, but to get that on vinyl is brilliant, and I would actually like to get the rest of the Pretenders albums, even though they're not quite as good from here onwards, although the one with Boots of Chinese Leather is good, and I can't remember the name of it. But that's the Pretenders, Viva El Amor from '99, brilliant album. Okay, and this one whenever it came out about 2 years ago, I was going to buy it in CD, and I thought, he's just rehashing his old hits again, doing the Roy Orbison or the Elvis treatment in symphony as such. And so I actually had it on pre-order, and then I cancelled it, and I never went back, and I saw this for £10, and I thought I have to get this, and it's a double album, Albert Hammond in symphony. And the good thing is there's no download code with this, but there's a CD with a CD cover as well, not just a little white plastic or paper sleeve. This is great. This is, again, it's all his hits but done with an orchestra in the back. So you have songs like Give a Little Love, which was a hit for Aswad, To All the Girls I've Loved Before, which was a hit for Julio and Willie Nelson. When You Tell Me That You Love Me, Stroke One Moment in Time is like a bit of a medley, which I'm sure you all know. Don't Turn Around, which was Aswad. The Air That I Breathe, which was the Hollies, plus a few of his own famous ones like It Never Rains in Southern California, I'm a Train, the Free Electric Band, and of course When I Need You. Nothing's Going to Stop Us Now is also on this. It's a very, very strong double album, and it's a really enjoyable listen, and it was a steal at £10. So that's Albert Hammond in symphony, and I'm glad I've got it. Now this last album, it's actually a box set. It's a six album box set, and on Amazon when it came out it was around the £100 mark, and I thought, I can't do it, there's no way. I want it so bad, but I'm not paying £100. So I bought the double CD plus is that triple CD actually, and it's fantastic. And then I looked in Amazon the other night and it had gone down to £75, and I thought, I'm tempted, I really am tempted. I thought, check eBay first. On eBay it was new for £55 for 6 albums. I thought, right, bite the bullet, if you don't know you never will. So I bought my favourite guitarist ever, and this is the Solo Anthology by Lindsey Buckingham, and this is absolutely amazing. It features music from all the solo albums from 1981's Law and Order up until The Seeds We Sow from 2011. It also features songs from some of the soundtracks he did, for example Holiday Road from National Lampoon's Vacation, and also the song Time Bomb Town from the soundtrack to Back to the Future. It's absolutely amazing, and a lot of this stuff, some of the stuff has never actually been released on vinyl, because one of his albums from 2006, and I can't remember the name of it, was never released, and anything from Gift of Screws and Seeds We Sow is so expensive to get on vinyl. So this is brilliant, and there's a live concert in here as well. So I'm absolutely delighted to get this at a decent enough price, and the postage was free as well, which is great, and it's flipping heavy. So it is. There's not a lot inside it apart from the discs and one sort of spreadsheet type thing, but yeah, I'm not going to go through all the songs for two reasons. Is probably you won't know half of them anyway, and I can't read them without a set of glasses on. So anyway, this is a solo anthology, the best of Lindsey Buckingham, who is and would be my favourite guitarist of all time. Okay, so that's my Inbox 12. I hope you enjoyed that. I went on a little bit long, it's over 17 minutes, and I hope to have another video quite soon. Okay, that's me for now. All the best. Bye bye.